is actually going to end up being, if the game ever finishes loading, Town and City.
Inkling versus Lucas. Very interesting matchup here. I mean, we've got the top tier that's been on the decline in Inkling. A lot of players are really hyped about this as one of the best characters in the game, but has taken a crater as of late, as a lot of the top players have dropped it.
Yeah, and then of course you also got the technical little Lucas there. People that it's kind of a slept-on character really, but amazing technical qualifications, and if you know how to use them, you can make it work.
Already getting started with those Inkling attempts to wall out Lucas with back for days.
Yeah, and of course some jabs here and there from Podgy. Nice little PK freeze there to keep him in check, but Webber's just stuck in ledge right now, trying to get back. Finally does a little bit of fruition there and a little bit of damage in turn, actually carrying Podgy from coast to coast.
I love those Zair extensions too that Lucas's can do. It's just such an interesting tool. You can like DI it ever so slightly, but I don't think you can SDI because it doesn't really send you in a tumble.
Yeah, there's a lot of good variable options there. Oh, my goodness, just like that down air conversion with the forward smash, the stick, it hits.
My lord, what a string right there from Webber. Like, just out of nowhere. It looked like he was losing neutral quite a bit. Got one conversion and killed at 100 because Podgy did not seem to know how to DI that. And then the Zair extension again.
Yeah, Zair's doing great work. Podgy trying to throw out that roller there, hoping to get some sort of berry, some sort of anything, but not quite working out as Webber's just going hard with this Lucas tech, my man. My goodness.
And look at the edge guard attempt. I really like that. The lingering down air, just hoping that Podgy was going to fire off a preemptive up B. But gets the booyah, the down throw into up air, not quite killing though.
And gets the badoosh with the forward smash. A little bit of paintbrush to the face on the noggin there. But hey, Webber's still doing pretty good for himself. So not too shabby so far.
Yeah, Lucas, I don't think that he has really the ability to zone out Inkling too hard. PK Fire is a good tool, but it's a bit of a linear one. And Inkling, a character with enough mobility to get around that without too much difficulty.
Oh, but if you don't tech, you eat some PK love to the mouth. That down smash is devastating.
True, great punish by Webber. Just an unforced error by Podgy. Have to hit those techs in this matchup.
Yeah, and Webber's just going crazy right now. Of course, that dare does spike. No quick follow-up there, but actually just the flip kick back air does the spike, does Podgy in, and that's a very impressive game one by the needle-pulling Lucas.
Webber really showing a great mastery of his character. Like, the ledge pressure was on point, the conversions were on point. Podgy didn't really seem like he got his feet set in that matchup whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, he got a stock there, but it seems more like, hey, I'll catch you eventually sort of stock, and not, hey, I pinned you down and I earned this sort of stock. It was very impressive stuff by Webber overall, and you could see that in the tech he was displaying there. Just the Zairs, the pressure, the kind of the confirms he finds are just like what he really gets.
And what I'd really like to see a little bit more in this matchup, I mean, we know that Podgy's probably going to dominate the off-stage interactions. Lucas has that Zair, but other than that, the recovery is a bit linear, and you got a really floaty character here in Lucas. So Podgy, if he could force Webber off-stage and then keep up ledge pressure with those back airs instead of like committing with a down smash like he did game one, I think we could definitely see a lot closer game in game two.
Yeah, hopefully Podgy, you know, as you said, makes those adjustments, realizes kind of where the Inkling was falling short, and those little bit of adjustments make things go great. So, as we jump into this game too, hopefully those adjustments have been made as we adjust the stage as well, the final destination.
So, flat stage, no platforms to work with. A character like Inkling that can go ahead and thrive in stealing horizontal space. I could definitely see how this would be advantageous towards Podgy.
Yeah, but even then though, once you give Webber a little bit, once you give him an inch, he takes a whole foot as he kind of throws that foot into Podgy's face. And yeah, 69% now. At ledge, nothing too big because Webber is just finding good space and Podgy's just not taking enough advantage of his advantage state, rather.
He's doing some good ledge trapping, but these down smashes, I just don't like committing that hard when your opponent's at like 70. Like, you're not going to kill with a down smash unless you like fully charge it. And Webber is shown to be a smart player. He's not going to like stand and get up into that.
Yeah, you can really just see the awareness of him and just some of the Zairs, the PK Fire, and oh my goodness, Podgy actually almost ran into that down smash.
Just dodging around that PK Thunder. Good delay there by Podgy.
Yeah, excellent stuff so far. A lot of pressure though on board as Podgy's just scrambling, trying not to get hit by anything, but my goodness, a lot of stuff. 145%, very close to death's door.
trying to finish it off. And this is kind of one of Lucas's weaknesses. The character doesn't really have a ton of kill confirms except for Zaire, but the PK fire, that'll do it raw at 150.
Yeah, and now it's just Weber has the advantage. Going to start racking up bits percentage here and there. Nairs, and not quite the full conversion he was looking for, but still pretty good stuff for Weber so far.
Interesting neutral B right there to just get Weber off of him.
Yeah, and it has just that little tiny bit of hit detection and that little bit of stun there, so it kind of canceled out Weber's options. And as much as unorthodox as it was actually pretty effective. So, credit where credit is due, especially as he tries to get the booyah and lands it. That's one stock on the board for Podgy.
Can we talk about how smart Podgy was right there for a moment? He didn't throw out any attacks. He just dash dance in, dash dance out. Just basically got Weber to shield after jumping a couple times. That was pure pressure. He knew the booyah window. He knew that it's really tight, and he knew exactly that that was his way of getting back in this game and stealing that first stock.
Yeah, knowing your win condition, for that stock is so vital, as you said. So, and hey, nothing wrong with making your opponent so scared they have to press a button eventually,
Yeah, just play to your outs.
Yeah. So far, PK Freeze coming out very scary, but not too in. Yes! Lucas and Ness with that magnet can recover off of the splat bomb. So Podgy needs to be careful because that might not be a potent offensive tool. Might just be a way to lose the percentage you work hard for.
The PK Freeze! The drop down from Weber! He can't recover, but I mean, what an exchange right there. If you've got a game lead, I'm digging that. Even though he was down up in percent, just go ahead and send a message.
Weber knows the price for style is steep, and sometimes you got to pay the toll.
Down air. Okay, I saw Podgy a little bit right there trying to style on Weber. There's an air dodge, neutral air again off of the Trump.
Yeah, Weber has kind of some spikes of his own up his sleeve with that downer, and of course with the back air we saw last game. This is coming down pretty close now. Podgy, not really doing great so far, but has only a slight disadvantage. Can bring it around.
It's interesting, Podgy was holding forward when he hit that back air, so it was not safe on hit, and then pops out of the last hit of PK Thunder 2. That was almost the stock for Weber.
Yeah, that should have been it, but I'm not sure if it was SDI or what, but Podgy lives to fight another scrap. Has 127% now, getting pretty close. Has to be so careful of what options to select, especially because could be in the cards to take this on top, has to avoid the PK Thunder, manages to do so, rolls behind, and just looking for any option.
It's interesting to me that Podgy's advancing forward so much.
Yeah.
Every single time he ate options, be it neutral air, be it the forward air, and then finally the PK fire to finish. All he needed to do was throw out that disjoint to challenge Lucas, but instead gets 2-0'd by Weber, whose defense was stalwart until the end.
Yeah, Podgy a little bit too aggressive there, as you said, and